Good day all, welcome back to Cruisin Classics YouTube channel. Today we have for your viewing pleasure this incredibly cool 2003 Honda S2000 Roadster. And it is a sight to behold. What a cool little car we have here today. This Honda comes to us with only 27,000 actual miles on it. And it looks every bit of that low mileage. It's in incredibly good shape. Still got its original deep black glossy paint. And right off the bat, you'll see that the hood has changed from factory stock. It's got this new vented carbon fiber hood on it. And it needs the venting because we want to keep that engine cool. It's not stock anymore, and we'll dig into that shortly. You can see it does have pin closures here on the hood. And it does still latch down underneath here. So it still works with the internal popper once you got the, the little handle underneath once you've got the pins out. Front end in very good condition. You'll see here a new radiator hiding behind that lower grille. And the front valance is in good condition. One thing that really caught my eye that's a testament to that low mileage are the really clear headlight and tail light lenses. They look crystally clear. They are like brand new still. As we come around the side of the car, the thing that stands out the most to me from the sides is the wheel and tire treatment has changed from stock. Ray's Engineering Volk Racing forged wheels, done in kind of an oil rubbed bronze look. And those are wrapped in Toyo Proxys tires. And you can see back behind there, we've got a brake upgrade. As well as all the other upgrades. You can see the slotted rotors hiding back underneath there. We've got body colored side mirrors on both sides, body colored door handles, got that all black look with the exception of the carbon fiber hood. The power convertible vinyl top is in very good condition, fits snugly. No rips, no tears, works just as it should, and we'll actually operate the top up and down once we get the car started in a few minutes. Rear window is glass and does have rear defrost on it. As we move around to the rear, you'll see those clear taillight lenses I was talking about before. They look great. You can sure tell this is a 27,000 mile car. Nice big third brake light on the deck lid there. And down below, you can see it used to be a dual exhaust car and now it is a single. And the exhaust is titanium the whole way back. You're gonna see it's got this really cool blue ring on it to let you know it's a titanium exhaust. It sounds unbelievable coming out of that 3-inch pipe. While we're in the back here, I will go ahead and open the trunk for you. Hiding in here, we've got a carpeted all stock factory trunk with a spare hidden behind here, a car cover, and right here we have the Honda original owner's manual. There we are. And the warranty guide still in its original pouch from the factory. And there is also a hood strut back here. There is not one currently up front. This one you just put in there when you want to have the hood open for shows or to work on the car. You can see we've got a fixed black antenna. That's factory stock and looks really sharp. And again, look at the beautiful lines of this car. Super straight, clean Carfax, of course. Nice looking paint. Small imperfections up front from having been driven. A little chip here or there up on the front nose, but that is the only imperfections you're going to find in that paint. It looks spectacular. Well kept car, obviously garaged. And this car has been through tons of modifications, and we're about to get to the nitty-gritty of that underneath this hood. I'll pause briefly while I get it open, and we'll come back and talk about what's hiding underneath. And we are back under the hood of the 2003 Honda S2K. And you can see straight away, if you know these cars, that this is not the way an engine bay looks stock in one of these. It does have its 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine, the dual overhead cam VTEC right there. That's stock, but you can see all kinds of performance parts that are not. You can see an intake has been added that's not stock, and a turbocharger from Garrett, all wrapped up, keeping the heat away from everything else. You can see heat shielding has been added over near the battery and by the fuse box, along with covering all the lines, wrapping the exhaust components, wrapping the discharge tubes from the turbocharger. An oil catch can has been added. They have gone to great lengths under here to soup this car up. You can see here we've got an aluminum radiator with dual electric fans. When these were built stock, they were about 240 horsepower in a car that weighed 2,600, 2,700 pounds. And now, after the addition of that turbocharger, a tune, some new injectors, and a couple other little mods, this beast is 486 horsepower. The work on the car was done by LHT Performance. That's LHT Performance. And if you go to their YouTube channel, there is a 4-part video series on what they did to this car. And it is about an hour and a half worth of video, and it is very worth watching. They went to town doing all of the work that they did. And I mean every little detail down to the T. They didn't just do the performance upgrades, they also did brake upgrades, suspension upgrades. There are T&N coilovers on all 4 corners of the car now. And it's got that the slotted rotors, and the brakes have been redone. LHT is the ones who did the exhaust system with the titanium. They put on the radiator that's up front here. They did the turbocharger. They did all of it. You can see all that in great detail in their videos, more so than what I can go into in this short one we're making today. This beast of an engine is mated up to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and then a rear differential from Cruisin with limited slip, so you can burn the wheels off the back. You could drift this car. As we enter into the interior, evidence of it being low mileage is everywhere. This car is so clean and new inside. It's astounding how nice it looks. The seats, like brand new. Look at the bolsters, no wear. The seat itself, a small amount of crinkling on the side, barely any usage whatsoever. They're still firm and comfortable. The interior really is the star of the show right here. Door cards show little to no use at all. They've got these really nice handles on them. Small speakers, big speakers, and power mirrors and power windows. A beautiful sill plate advertising that S2K logo. And you can see just how clean and well kept everything is. Seals look great. Let's hop on inside and get a better look. It is small inside, as any 2-seater Roadster would be. Oh, it smells nice in here. Clean, you can smell the leather still. Passenger side door card looks just as good as the driver's. And the passenger seat looks even nicer than the driver's. Almost no crinkling whatsoever. It looks like it's never been sat in. You'll see that the passenger side of the dash has next to nothing. There's an airbag up there. And on the side of the center console over here in this area, there's a small cargo net for keeping things. But other than that, the passenger just gets to enjoy the ride. The driver gets to enjoy a very driver-centric experience over here on the dash. First, you've got a leather-wrapped steering wheel with an airbag and controls for the cruise control. As we look at the dash itself, there are quick radio controls over here, and these all work with the exception of the mute button. The volume works, channel works, you can change the mode that it's in, all of that works just fine. And it's not a factory stereo anymore. The stereo in it, we'll glance over here, is hidden behind this push button door, and it's a Pioneer unit. But still all those quick controls do work for it. It's an AM, FM, CD with Bluetooth stereo unit, and it sounds like $1 million. I'll fire it up for you once we get the car going. For right now, I'll shut the door. To the right side of the dash are your climate controls. They work excellently. I love the layout of them. It's very easy to use. It's very responsive. The fan is super strong, ice cold air conditioning, hot heat. It's just so easy to use the way they've laid it out. Up on the dash, you can see that sweeping arcing tachometer up at the top, and it looks great all lit up. You can see it's a 9K red line on there. You can rev the daylights out of this car. It takes a little getting used to, actually. You can see on the dash over to the left is the button that turns the cruise control on, and then it's controlled by the buttons that are on the steering wheel. You'll see when the dash illuminates that in the center there's a digital speedometer and the gauge for hot and cold and a fuel gauge. Everything else is just warning lights on there. Now between the seats, got a lovely center console, and we'll start at the rear of it. It has a drop down section right here, complete with a button for opening the trunk. As we move down, you'll see we have a charging port, a nice padded armrest, a change caddy, and here we have a push button sealed compartment where you can hide whatever you'd like to hide. As we move forward, you'll see that there's a button for the roof control, the emergency flashers, a leather boot, and the shifter for the 6-speed automatic transmission. Now when you shift into reverse on this one, when you take it over, you do have to push down on it too. There you go, to bring it into reverse. So kind of old school there. On the A pillar, we have some added gauges. You've got a boost gauge and an air-fuel ratio gauge hanging out. And as we look up top, we do have working courtesy light, and when we shut the door, you'll see it goes off, and we have individuals. You can push button them there you go, there's the driver's side, and passenger side is its own control there. Or you can turn them both on at once. And we'll open the top for you as well as soon as I get an opportunity to start this car up. Now it does take a key in the column, but once you turn the key on, it's a push button start car. So we'll check out the gauge cluster here. You'll see that nice arcing tack all lit up. You can see it has 27,131 actual miles on it. And without further ado, I'm going to push in on the clutch, no gas at all, hit the engine start button. Oh yeah, that titanium exhaust sounds just killer on this car. And again, I urge you to go to LHT Performance's YouTube channel and check out the 4 videos they made of this vehicle when they did all the mods to it. It goes into far more detail than I can in this short video, and it's something you'll definitely want to see. I'm going to give it a little gas. I want you to see this tack roll up here. Is that cool or what? I love it. Let's take a look at the functions of the car now. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fan. I've already got it set on AC to blow at us. Oh, I just felt the RPMs dip, so the compressor just came on. We're set to cold. And you just raise your fan speed like that. Oh, it's cold already. No doubt that is modern refrigerant, and it works like a champ. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn that off. Next, I'm going to pop the door for the stereo so you can see it lit up. And there we are on a station right now. The stereo will work with the door shut by using the quick controls over here. And this is how I would operate the stereo. Go ahead and hit the volume. And I'll use this mode button here, and I'll show you how it works. That's CD mode, auxiliary, and back to radio. The channel button does work.
God, strengthen my hands.
So you can see, you can change channels over there.
Give me the strength.
And again, the mute button is the only aspect that doesn't work of it. All the rest does. And with a non-factory stereo, I think that is just really cool. I like the fact that you can make the stereo go away. and just control it from the left side. Really cool feature. So now we're going to undo the convertible top, and it's really easy. The first things I always do with a convertible car is make sure it's running, make sure it's in neutral, put on my e-brake, and then lower both my windows. So I'm going to lower the passenger window here. Driver's window is already down. There's two easy to use clamps up here. You push in on this button on the side and let it down, then just click it back, and you can see the hook is undone. We'll do the same to the passenger side. Push in the button, drop it down, hook is undone. Now we'll go down to the button, and I'm going to pull it towards me. And while I do that, I'm going to video the top of it so you can watch it go down. It happens really fast. Just that simple and quick. You could do it at a traffic light and still have time to get moving. Let's hop out of the car real quick. I want you to see what it looks like with that top down. Whole different look, as it always is with a convertible, once you get that top down on it and get that open air excitement going. You can see how you've got the halos behind the seats that marry up real nice. This nice little glass windscreen. And now you can get a better, well-lit look at that fabulously clean interior. You can see we've got logo carpeted floor mats. See just how nice those seats are. Absolutely stunning. While we're out here, we're going to pop around to the rear. I want you to hear that titanium exhaust and the symphony of sound it plays. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to hop back in the car now, and you can watch me operate the top and see how quickly it goes right back up the way that it came down. Now, all I'm going to do is push the roof button forward, and you'll see how quickly the top operates. And now, very simply, you push in the button, bring it down, you push and hold the button. Whoop. There we go. And that'll operate the hook. So very, very easy. I'll show you again with this one. Push in. Right. Whoop. There we go. All shut, ready to go. Just that easy. Again, you could do it very simply at a stoplight. We'll take just one more quick look at that awesome dash. I wish I could stand behind and while I'm revving it for you to hear how cool it sounds coming out of that exhaust. Folks, if you've got any questions at all about this 2003 Honda S2000, give us a call. At Cruisin Classics in Columbus, Ohio, our phone number is 614-276-7355. We can answer any questions you've got about this awesome build. We can also help you get financing for it. We've got a couple of companies that specialize in lending for older cars, and we can help hook you up with a transporter who can get it delivered from your garage, our garage to your garage in an enclosed carrier right away. Again, we're at Cruisin Classics in Columbus, Ohio, and we've got this 2003 Honda S2K all modded out and ready for you today. We thank you for joining us. Come back tomorrow. We'll have something else cool.